I had spoken with my brother in Las Vegas, and he kind of jokingly said, well, now that you're in the 50s club, there is maintenance that you have to do with your body, and one of them would be a colonoscopy. And he says it's not any fun, but you know what, it's a routine that you have to go through. So a few months later, after hearing this from him, I thought, you know, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go talk to my doctor. I went in, and Dr. Hape was the one that had done this at the Altru Professional Building on the south end of Grand Forks. And during the procedure, I was awake during the procedure, and I can see what was going on, and I noticed a little hesitation in his looking at the screen, and he said that he'd seen a lesion that he was concerned about. From that point on, I didn't know it was a cancerous tumor until April 1st, when I got the phone call from Dr. Hape saying I did find 7 polyps. After he'd taken all those out, found out none of those were cancerous, but the lesion was in fact cancerous. The cancer hadn't spread any further than the colon. Everything looks like it's going to get treated accordingly, so I won't have long-term problems. Thankfully, with him on my side, and he told me that, and I'll never ever forget these words from him, that he will see this through to the very end. I'm going to be his patient through the very end of this. It was a positive thing ever since the whole thing started. Everything was looking good. Finally got through the treatments, and Wanda Decree was probably the most helpful, because she's the one that takes someone like me who's very anxious and nervous about this. I mean, if you can imagine having the rug pulled out from under your normal life and you're just flipped, you have no idea what to do. So she came and softened that all up for me and said, we're going to take care of you, this is what we're going to do. And they don't treat you like, well, you're just another patient, okay, come on in. They want to know about you, they want to talk with you, they want to find out what you're doing. So I've built up some relationships there, and I will continue to go back there even after all my treatments are done, just to say hi and remain friends with them. It's a very scary thing, and when I did find out that day, I was panic-stricken, and I asked Dr. Hape, what am I supposed to do now? What do you want me to do? You tell me the first thing I need to do. Dr. Hape had mentioned, and I'll keep saying his name because without him, I don't think I can get through this. I really don't. I felt like I had a very true person, a very true friend. I didn't even think of him as a doctor at that time. I thought of him as someone that's got my back. But he's such a sweet, generous, genuine person. And during my treatments at the cancer center, he would actually come in just out of the blue and talk to Wanda Decree and say, how's Terry doing? He wouldn't say, how's my patient, Mr. Harmon, doing? He's saying, how's Terry doing? I actually get choked up thinking about it, because he is a true, honest, helpful person. And I know he's going to follow this all the way to the end. Had I been procrastinating like many friends of mine do, if I would have waited 3 years, I may not have been here, or I would have way worse symptoms of cancer. But something in my mind had told me I need to go in. But I'm very thankful that they did find something as soon as they did. And every one of my family members, many of my friends have all said the same thing. They're very grateful that I went in as soon as I did. Look back on your family history. Even if you're not even 50 years old yet, if you're 47 or 48, look back in your family history and ask your families, your mothers, your fathers, if there has been any history of cancer, and go in and have a screening. Because yes, it is a day out of your life. You go through kind of an uncomfortable situation, but it's well worth it. It could either change your life or it could make your life better, because you know you don't have anything wrong. And with me, it changed my life considerably. When I wake up though, I feel blessed, because I know I've gotten through a lot of this stuff.